Kingdom Hearts, Kimmy.
Kingdom Hearts.
Kimmy finally beat Kingdom Hearts.
Yay!
One.
And she watched Chain of Memories.
Yes.
She watched like all the cutscenes.
Yeah,
watched them
we
all?
watched the
Oh,
whole
okay,
thing.
perfect.
Next week, we're going to
Yay!
Kingdom
So
Hearts
you
2.
didn't play it.
No, we skipped
Thank
it.
God.
No, we
Yo,
skipped
because
it.
I joined your stream and I saw that you were watching a Chain of Memories cutscene, and I wasn't paying attention the whole time, so I thought that you were actually playing it.
No.
Thank God.
No.
Yeah,
God.
no, we wasn't. I was like,
We're not doing that card
'cause, like,
game.
Devin wants you to just suffer. Devin's like, I like Chain of Memories game. I was like,
Nobody liked
It's
Chain of Memories.
It's not. So she's finished Kingdom Hearts 1. She watched all the Chain of Memories cutscenes. Next week she starts Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
But Kimmy, how do you feel about the journey so far?
Honestly, this is a lot more crazy than I expected.
story wise.
Everything. I truly, you guys that played this when you were younger, I'm sure you guys are a little fucked in the head. Because like this was hard, man. This was hard.
This is hard. No,
Like-
there's some other games.
I don't know. Like I, as an adult playing this now, this was rough. So for me to deal with this and have to fight with it 20 million times, like that was crazy. I had friends like, no, I literally have this scene ingrained into my head because I couldn't beat him for so many times and I had to do this and that and then da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, y'all have dedication. Because this was crazy. There's so many times that I would have quit if I wasn't streaming. I would have been like, all right, that's enough for the night. I'm good. Maybe I won't, touch it for a month or two. But y'all did that. So congrats to all of you. It took me a long time to get there, but we did. So
It could have took longer though. I think you
it could have took longer. I did speed through a majority of it.
yeah, like even though you were stuck at the end for like 12 hours, it's 4 streams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 4 streams. So like you were there. It probably would have been, if you were a little bit better leveled up, by the time you got there, not as aggressive. But I still think you got it done in a fair amount of time.
Yeah.
Like in real time, it took you 3 months.
Yeah.
Which,
Once a week playing.
yeah, and if you were playing every day, you would have you
Been
know what I mean.
beat it,
You would
yeah.
have been beat it. So,
Yeah.
you don't feel. Do you feel accomplished in any way? Like,
I
how do you
do.
feel once the credits started rolling?
I was like, thank God I did it. Finally. I'm
Yeah,
so
you were
sick of this.
so overwhelmed with emotion that you forgot to mute the video.
No, I screamed, bro. I was like, no, stop.
I'm over here like talking over it does nothing, my child.
I'm sorry.
Turn
I
the
did
volume
mute it. I
off.
did mute it. We're not trying to get hit with that copyright.
No,
but
we did,
I was,
though.
Oh, yeah,
Well, we did get hit.
We
but-
did. That did happen.
And then I had to go back and take it out.
Either way.
What did you think of that final cutscene, like when it was playing, or were you just like over it?
No, I was over it.
Yeah, were you just
low-key.
like to the point where you was like, I'm just glad it's over.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
it's
I
over,
don't even-
bitches. It's over. I don't have to
She
deal
couldn't
with
even
this
get
no
emotional.
more.
She couldn't even get emotional no more.
couldn't.
You did say that was your first time hearing the whole song, though.
Yeah, it was the first time hearing the whole song. But at the same time, I was just like, okay, there was part 1, part 2, part 3, and then there was like a little bit extra, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Of the
Is there gonna be
cutscenes?
No,
another
she's talking about fighting.
the fight scenes?
Oh, Ansel.
Oh, the answer.
Because we beat the Ansem, and then he came
We
out
all
with
knew
more
too.
technical things, and I was like, "Are you freaking kidding? There's more!"
That's so funny.
Oh wait, there's more, and there was. So I was over it.
Then you had to keep going back into like that dark world.
My God, I was like, I'm so over it. I was like, I don't want to play this anymore. I'm done.
Well, everything you've seen within the story, like, do you have a favorite world, a least favorite world? Like, you got to kind of give us your thoughts on the game overall, not just the ending.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so least favorite world was definitely Tarzan's treehouse. That was so frustrating. I feel like there was no direction to it. If I didn't have people in the chat like telling me, hinting me every now and again, I would. No, like I wouldn't have finished the game. I was there for like what, 2 streams, I think, something like
yeah.
that.
Well, you were like hopping
You were
around. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
were jumping around.
I feel like a lot of people hate the mermaid.
I hate Atlantis.
I love Atlantis.
No,
Well, I have an affinity
hate it.
because Little Mermaid's my
Bias.
absolute favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I loved it. It was super fun.
Because you were disappointed in Neverland.
I was very disappointed in Neverland because it made me claustrophobic because I was like super hyped. I was like, I'm going to fly. And then we
fly.
were inside the freaking ship for most of it. And I was like, I'm trying to get out of here. I can't move. Now I'm enclosed by everything. I can't do this. And so it wasn't fun until literally we were outside the ship. And I was like, look at me flying. Yay. And then I was having a ball. But inside the ship, I was like, I hated it. And then we had to go back there to like get stuff. And I was like, we're back here. How do I get
for
out of
you.
here? So that was not fun. Where else? Alice in Wonderland was cool. The flowers were kind of annoying, but Bizarre Worlds, that was dope. I like that.
As a kid, I struggled with the first level in Alice in Wonderland. I was stuck for so long, bro, because I didn't know. As a kid, it's so much more like
hard.
Nobody. There was no chat.
Nothing.
Yeah.
No chat.
Like, what do I do?
Like Game Facts didn't have that much at that time. We're talking 2002. You know what I mean? So like, I'm seeing like, what am I supposed to be doing? It's dark in here. Like when you like the woods part with all the leaf petals, struggling, fighting for my life during that part.
I believe it.
So what was your favorite world?
That's what I think Atlantis.
It was your favorite.
I think so, unless
My favorite is Nightmare.
I thought you was gonna say Halloween Town. That's why.
Yeah.
Halloween Town was very fun.
I know it's not your favorite movie.
It's not my favorite movie, but as a concept, I love Halloween. That's like my all-time favorite holiday. So like I was like, this is so cool. I think so. I think it's a hard tie between them because I had fun in both of them because the theme and everything. His outfit, Sora.
Fire.
Yeah, they cook.
Fire.
When they actually give him a new fit for a stage, you're like, why you can't do this?
For all of them. Oh my God. It was he was fire. Everything there was fire. Goofy, Donald's, they looked, they showed up.
Yeah.
Fantastic. But like, I love the swimming and the having fun and then
I hate it.
It was great. It was a good time.
She wanted to play a rhythm. She's like, finally a rhythm game. I don't have to fight.
Yeah, it was great.
Do you have a favorite Keyblade?
She didn't even know she could switch her Keyblades.
I didn't know I could switch the Keyblade.
Kimmy, like I don't understand like how you don't know that. Like it'd say, hey, you've unlocked a new Keyblade.
I was just like, cool. Already forgot about it. ADHD.
No,
That's how I know you're not used to playing RPGs.
Some of them, like I think my first. I've played a couple here and there, but like Zelda is pretty much my most recent. But like I don't know, this felt different than that because like
it was more into the traditional Japanese RPG mechanics. I played Zelda's very Nintendo.
I've never played Zelda.
Yeah, Zelda's like. Yeah, it has those elements, but because it's still a Nintendo game, Nintendo does a really good job at like understanding how to make a game, no offense, easier for kids to play and understand the menus and how they make things. Whereas like Kingdom Hearts is very close to like traditional, you got to get in the trenches if you want to really get nice.
But also one thing is that like the weapons in Zelda break, so it forces you to look at what you have to like switch.
There's consequences.
Yes, there's consequences to it, to what your actions is. But this, like, I was with the Keyblade the whole time because it didn't break, so I can keep swinging. So
she said, "I can't." He doesn't get a shield or a sword, so like, what else is he gonna have?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Literally. So I didn't know. But I think my favorite Keyblade was the Alice in Wonderland Queen of Hearts one because I found out when you swing it. There's freaking the clubs and the hearts and everything. The diamonds come out and it makes a sound. I was like, that's fire. Yeah. That's fucking fire. I love
details. And this is 2002.
Yeah. I was like, nah. I would have had this on the whole time if I knew.
So who is your ride or die? Donald or Goofy?
Goofy. Oh, 1,000%.
That was so quick. She didn't even think about that. She hates. If one thing Kimmy hates in all video games is when somebody does not heal her.
Facts.
She hates it.
Because I'm not getting healed and I'm doing the work, like, cause I'm gonna
it sucks
fight.
that you have to now you truly understand what we mean about like Donald is useless.
Yeah, he really wasn't doing shit until like the very, very end, and so I was like, damn. Because like it's funnier because like they were beefing, and I was like, oh, yeah, I say that as a joke, like, aha, Donald. But then, like, actually, I'm like, no, Donald, I'm going to square the fuck up with you if you don't fucking heal me right the fuck now. Where is your heals?
Bro, I'm fighting for my life over here. You over here.
Exactly. So that's why I was like, every chance I can, I was like, goodbye. Give me Beast. Give me Peter. Every other person in the party. Yeah.
Please.
Somebody else. So.
Okay, so I guess in regards to the story part, right? The characters, everything's happening. From Kingdom Hearts 1 going into also watching Chain of Memories, what are you thinking so far about what's happening? Because it's almost like you are watching an anime too play out, even though there's a lot of gameplay in between. But what do you think about the story that's happening so far? I know we all know it can be confusing. Every Kingdom Hearts fan knows.
Yeah.
You're gonna, and you will always. That's a feeling that will never disappear. I'm still confused. I still feel like I don't be knowing what the fuck is happening. And I got a tattoo on my body.
That's so funny.
So what do you think so far of everything you've seen? What have you thought has been interesting, I guess, or kind of like cool or cute or Riku and Kairi, all these people.
I think it's the progression of it is really good because it gives you a little bit of hints of everything, but at the same time, you still don't know the overarching picture of it all. You can tell there's other worlds. You are familiar with said other worlds. At the same time, there's worlds that we have no idea about, like where all the Final Fantasy characters are coming in, and like even like these other ones, like in Chain of Memories, you find the people with the hoods.
Organization.
The organization, you know, so we find out them, but we're like, where did they come from? Where's Mickey been all this time? Like, so we still have questions, but at the same time, we're still learning. And I think to see Sora's progress with not only his teammates, but also like himself, you know, I think it's been really... It's been really cool. And like you said, it's like an anime. He's been progressing, he's been learning, and he's been looking for his friends. He's having a good time. And he's like, I'm here for a reason and I'm sticking with it. So
that voice change had you fucked up.
I was shook. I was so shook.
Because Rechain of Memories cutscenes were recorded 2 years after Kingdom Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it came out 2 years after Kingdom Hearts. So she was hearing the Kingdom Hearts 2 like Sora voice. But Chain of Memories takes place before Kingdom Hearts 2.
Gotcha.
So she was sitting here like,
So then,
who is this man?
so it's like, oh, Sora, da 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 da. And he's like, Goofy. I was like, what? I just literally hand to the chest. I was like, what happened to my baby? What was that? He's like, Goofy, we gotta get the thing. I have to rescue my friend. Donald, what is your problem? What do you guys have against me? I'm rescuing my friend.
He was big mad in that game too. Because I was saying, when she was watching, I was like, yo, Sora is fed up in this game.
We gotta rescue Naname. I'm like, who the fuck is this bitch?
The poly couple. Come on.
I was like, what happened to Kyrie?
Listen, bro, everybody's together in this, man. It's
The poly couple, I'm telling you, the squad.
how do you feel about Riku? Because now you got to kind of see a lot more Riku watching Chain of Memories.
Yes, I'm definitely happier with getting more backstory on Riku and kind of getting his perspective of like, yes, I also like really cared about Sora, and like I said it during the stream, but I was like low key, like even though it was like his clone, you know, like doing the fighting and the angstiness and all that. Fiku, yeah, I kept calling him Fiku because fake Riku. Yeah, Fiku. I was like, yo, he's doing so much to be like, oh, you know, because he's like, oh, I'm coming in and then Kairi's my girl. And then like, oh no, Nanami's my girl and you're trying to take her away. I'm like, he's doing that thing where like, you know, oh, you go after somebody else's thing because you really want their attention. Mm-hmm. So I was like, he wants Sora's attention so fucking bad. It's not even funny.
When she started shipping them, I said, you know what, girl, you valid.
I was like,
I said, I'm not you valid for shipping them.
I was like, no, I was like, Riku wants Sora so fucking bad right now.
Everybody
like,
wants everybody.
I never thought Riku liked Kairi. Never believed
really?
Yeah.
I don't know, because he was like so he was so jealous of like Sora's attention, like Kairi's attention being on Sora the whole time.
Sasuke who? Could never. Riku wants Sora bad.
Yeah.
Like that's his baby boy.
Yeah. So he was like, no, you know, Kairi, blah, 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 blah. But then he was like, after the second one, Chain of Memories, I was like, oh, nah, you want Sora. You're not even about Kairi. Like, you're like, why aren't you paying attention to me? I'm your rival. I'm your person. Like, hello?
Yep.
Look at me. Pick me.
Do you have any thoughts on Kairi?
I want to get to know her better. She's just kind of there. She's just kind of like, you know,
Lots of ice.
Yeah, she's just the princess in distress. And I'm like, I want her to have more of a personality.
One of the princesses of light.
Yeah, I'm just like...
You hate to see it. No, anime doing its anime thing, right?
Man.
So what would you give Kingdom Hearts 1 as a game out of 10?
It was really good. I feel like I didn't get the chance to really explore and do all the things that I would have had the chance to do if I knew about it from the beginning. So I feel like if I would have had more of a chance to explore to the full extent that a lot of my friends encouraged me in the beginning, I would be able to give it a higher rating. But I think in general, I still want to give it an 8 out of 10.
Nice.
I think that's
great.
Really, really fair. Like high. I was waiting for you to give it a 7.
No, I think it definitely it was hard. You know, I still had the challenging aspect to it. The story was really well written. The animation was still good. Obviously, it's a remake from 2002. but it was still really well done. I was engaged. The music was fire.
Imagine experiencing that, and it doesn't look that. It looks different because it's upscale, but
Yeah.
it doesn't look that
Different.
far off
Yeah.
than what we felt like we experienced at least back then. So
Exactly.
like seeing that at that age, I remember the first commercial I saw. I was like, "What is this?"
No, absolutely.
I was like, "Why are there these Final Fantasy looking characters and Disney characters?"
Yeah. I 1,000%. I know I would have been obsessed with it because I always wanted it as a kid. I just didn't have that gaming system. I didn't have any of that, so I just never got the chance. But I always wanted to be able to play. So
Do you think that there would ever come a time that you could beat Sephiroth?
I mean, in the future,
Hell no.
if I like
Have you
actually
ever beat him?
grinded,
Hell no.
Oh, no.
Have you beat him?
Yes, in both games.
How much hours you put into that?
A lot.
there we go. Yeah,
That's not
that's
worth
why
it
I
to
was
me.
like, if I would have grinded,
Did you see how many
No,
health
it's-
bars he had?
It's yes, but honestly, it's such an accomplishing
no, I believe you.
feeling.
I believe
I
you.
don't.
feels
I don't
so
crave
good.
I don't crave to like.
I like a challenge though.
If I grew up on it, I would have beat him. I would have absolutely beaten him at one point.
That's some.
Yo,
That's some
Sephiroth-
big shit you talking.
Kingdom Hearts.
No, I know
2?
myself.
Kingdom Hearts 2? Forget it. Forget it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
pass on that. What'd you think about what'd you give the Chain of Memory story out of 10?
It was interesting. I think it definitely gave a more of a perspective of the time skip of like this is now teenage Sora. Even though like in context it comes right after, this is definitely teenage Sora, and you could tell, like you mentioned before, you know, growing up with the games, you see Sora grow up himself, and it definitely added more context to it because like, okay, what's going on with the characters, Riku, and get his series. Okay, so because you know we all thought, okay, he went bad and then he just disappeared. What happened to him? Did he die? So it's nice to get that backstory of like what's actually happening. And it's like, oh no, he was fighting for his life too, along with Sora, you know, fighting for his thing. I was a little bit annoyed with the whole Naminé side story thing, and I was like, because it's like, okay, the fact that she just
You
made
did
it,
not
she,
like Nominate, bro. You was like, I don't care.
she gaslit the fuck out of everybody, and that was her whole personality. Because I was like, okay, after a little bit, okay, we gotta rescue her. I'm like, cool.
She said, "This girl's a nobody."
And then yeah, after I was like, I don't know. I was like, she's not giving anything. And then she's like, I kind of made up everything. I was like, so you were a waste of time. Especially because he was all about like Naminé. I gotta rescue Naminé. Why you mad? And they're literally when Goofy said, "You've never mentioned this bitch in your entire life, and now you're obsessed with her." Like I was like, "Thank you, truly."
Sora, you don't get no bitches.
What happened to your bitch at home? Like, hello?
Well, you seem like you enjoyed like some of the organization characters.
I did.
You were roasting a lot of them.
Yeah, no, because I knew my one friend has always been obsessed with Axel. So
Yeah.
like
You were disappointed in Axel.
I was kind of disappointed. Yeah. One, I was disappointed in his look. I kind of expected him to have more body. And he was
She
just kind
didn't
of
think he was going to be a fire twink.
yeah.
She
He was just a
expected it to
fire
be like a
twink.
Fimbo.
Oh, okay.
No, himbo.
You'll see
Yeah,
a little
Fimbo.
bit.
I say fire himbo.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You'll see a little bit.
powers.
Yeah, he's a little. Yeah.
yeah. But no, so I was like, I didn't know he was a bad guy either. So like, I didn't have any knowledge of that. The other chick, she was kind of annoying, but I'm like, that's her character. You know, they always need a, kind of character.
The blonde girl?
Yeah, the blonde chick.
I forget their names. Their names are so.
All of them.
The
with
only one I
X.
can remember is Marluxia,
Marluxia.
the one with the scythe.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he's the main guy.
The best
I mean,
one. The
Yeah,
best one.
She
He
was over here like,
swag.
give it to me all day.
He came out with the. I was like, oh, pink hair, cool, like whatever.
Yeah.
But then he came out with the scythe. I was like, oh, okay.
Scythe
fine.
always go hard.
And
Scythe
then the
always go
petals,
hard.
every time he
Always
just,
does,
I was like,
yeah.
oh, the petals,
Yeah,
the
his whole
scythe,
vibe. The
and then
aura
the
farming.
rose scythe. I was like, it's pink and it's a flower and he has petal power. I was like, nah,
cool.
you cooking.
I think if you would have had to fight him, you would have been just as pissed because you see that he had kind of similar stages to Ansem, where he turned to a ship, where he had the ship
did.
thing. Like
He
it
had
was
the
very
thing.
similar. But you still was like watching on screen, like I think that's dope too. I'm sitting here like she's only saying this because she's not actually fighting.
Yeah, no.
She's only sitting here like appreciating the visuals because she's like,
I mean, Ansem, when he came on, I was like, you're pretty as fuck, but like, I'm pissed at you, you know?
she's like, I don't fuck with you, but I can acknowledge I would hit.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly how it feels. You ever like we're like, yo,
Yeah.
I gotta hit this annoying ass man, but not man, but like, you know, a person. You know, like I would really hit it only if you shut the fuck up. Like, you ever had that experience?
If you talk about the darkness one more time,
Yes!
If you come Guardian, come Guardian.
That's exactly how it felt. I was like, this motherfucker, you're so hot, but shut up.
So, what would you give Chain of Memories story out of 10?
It wasn't obviously as entertaining because it wasn't as long, wasn't as in depth.
Yeah,
It's
like
a
you watched
it's
the
a
whole movie.
1.5. Yeah, it's a 1.5 kind of, not the rating.
She don't mean the
Oh.
rating. She
No,
meant
no,
like,
not the rating.
I thought you rating. I was
No,
like,
no, like
damn.
1.5 since it's not.
Danny was about
2.
to be like, all right, now I have to say something. He said, now I gotta say something.
That's crazy. That's crazy. No, I give it like I think maybe like a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
It wasn't bad.
That's fine. Yeah.
It was alright. You know,
It's a filler.
it's a filler.
It's a context filler.
It's a filler.
Any improvements or things or worlds you want to see in Kingdom Hearts 2? Knowing that it came out in 2005, so
I was told that Neverland is better, so I'm very much looking forward to that. Because we get to actually explore the island. Someone said,
No.
well, I guess new worlds you ain't never seen.
I don't know.
Like Disney.
There is no Neverland in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, somebody might be fronting.
Yeah, that's a lie.
You guys better not be lying to me.
I have no reason.
promise you.
You could look it up.
No, I've played the game so many times. I know there's not.
I'm gonna have to look that up because
Well, you can't look it up.
I mean, I'll look it up right now.
you look it up. Okay.
Well,
It's a waste of time.
Out of the Disney movies, that exist, right? Is there any world you would?
what
that's
year did it come out?
2005.
2005.
You know a lot of Disney movies.
Maybe
you know
like
what
a Mulan. That would probably be cool. Then I'm assuming there's probably gonna be some kind of Lion King section. I don't know if they would have a Dumbo, but that'd be cool.
I mean?
This little circus theme would be dope.
Yeah, there's no Neverland.
Wow, so someone gaslit me. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was sitting here. I was like, I don't know about that.
I literally, someone in the chat I specifically remember was like, "Oh, in Kingdom Hearts 2, it's a lot better for the Neverland section." So I was like, "Okay, great! I can't wait."
Maybe the world that never was.
That's crazy.
Maybe there's Birth by Sleep. I don't know.
No. In Kingdom Hearts 2, there is a world called the world that never was. I mean, light spoilers, but Neverland, world that never was. Maybe they're playing games.
Maybe they were confused.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe.
all right, so those are the worlds you would want to.
I think so. At least off the top of my head.
I think you're in for a fun treat in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have way more fun. I think playing Kingdom Hearts 2, and it's gonna definitely show.
So excited.
That's what
Yeah,
everyone's
I'm hyped.
saying.
I'm hyped. Like I was only just praying to God that you would get through 1 so we could just hurry up to get to 2. I was like,
Let me tell you
2.
this. Kingdom Hearts 2 has more mechanics to play around with, so
Okay.
you're really gonna have to focus on abilities,
Okay.
customizations, because there are different mechanics at play. So you're gonna have to choose a play style of how you really like.
Okay. Okay.
You know, but there's a lot more things you're able to do in Kingdom Hearts 2.
I'm excited. Yeah, everyone said that this is the best game out of all of them.
I'm
So
Yeah, I think it's better than 3.
yeah, everyone says it's better than
100%.
3.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All